This is number 1 from the Chapter 3 closure problems. Two brothers, Martin and Horace, are in their backyard. Horace is taking down a brick wall on one side of the yard, while Martin is building a brick wall on the other side. Martin lays 2 bricks every minute. Meanwhile, Horace takes down 3 bricks each minute from his wall. They both start working at the same time. It takes Horace 55 minutes to finish tearing down his wall. So A says, how many bricks were originally in the wall that Horace started tearing down? Well, since he takes down 3 bricks every minute, and every minute we know he takes down 3 bricks, but it takes him 55 minutes total. So if we take that 55 minutes, we're going to multiply it by 3, because in every single one of these minutes, he takes down 3 bricks. So if we do 55 times 3, we're going to get 165 bricks total, is how many Horace started with. B says, represent this situation with equations, tables, and a graph. So the first thing we need to do is an equation for Martin and Horace, and that's going to be in the form y equals mx plus b. So for Martin, if we start with y equals, his slope, or the m, is going to be how many bricks is he taking down or putting up every minute. Well, it says he lays 2 bricks every minute. So this could be 2 over 1x, or just 2x. And the b is going to be how many did he start with? Well, since he's starting from scratch, he's the one it says building a brick wall. That means he's starting with none. So we're going to put a plus 0. Horace's, so I'm going to start with y equals, but Horace is taking down a brick wall, which means he starts with something, and we found that he started with 165. And since he's taking down 3 bricks, we need to make this negative to show that he's taking them down. So negative 3x plus his starting point, which is 165, which we just found. So moving on to our table, the left-hand column is all of our minutes. So with 0 minutes, which means how many did they start with? Well, Martin, he started with 0. So let's start with 0. And this goes by 3 minutes each. So in 3 minutes, how many did he put on? Well, 2 each minute, so 2 times 3 makes 6. So this side is going to go by 6s. So 0, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72, and 78. Okay, moving on to Horace's wall. So Horace, we figured out that he started with 165. So at 0 minutes, he has 165 bricks. And his is going to be decreasing since he's taking them down. So every 3 minutes, each minute he takes down 3 bricks, so 3 times 3 is 9. So every 3 minutes he takes down 9 of them. So 165, 156, 147, 138, 129, 120, 111, 102, 93, 84, 75, 66, 57, and last is 48. Okay, once you have your table filled out, now we can move on to graphing them. To save a little bit of time, I'm not going to graph every single point. So I'm going to pick about 4 points to graph. So I'm going to do 0 where they start for each one. And then I'm going to do 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and last 39 minutes. So let's start with Martin. So I'm just going to do those 2 columns. So 0 and stay at 0. Then we'll move on to 15, go over to 15, and up to 30, so about right here. At 30 minutes right here, he has 60. And last at 39 minutes, he has 78. about right there. So go ahead and draw your line. Make sure you put an arrow at the end. And now we can do Horace. So at 0 minutes, Horace had 165. At 15 minutes, Horace had 120. At 30 minutes, he had 75. And at 39 minutes, he had 48. So go ahead and connect those as best as you can. And hopefully, as you can see here at 33 minutes, they both have the same amount of bricks, so 66. So just check that at 33 minutes they crossed at about 66. Kind of hard to tell here. And that brings us on to C. When did the two walls have the same number of bricks? And since we found that's where they cross, and in the table we can also see that they have the same number of bricks, we can say at 33 minutes they both had 66 bricks. So at 33 minutes they both had 66 bricks.